Narcissist evil? Well, as a recovering narcissist myself, I might have a little bit of a biased opinion, but I would say that yes and no.
You are absolutely correct in the first part where you said yes, and you're mistaken in the second part where you said no. You're correct that narcissists are actually evil. And as you pointed out, they're the epitome of evil because they are selfish. Them being selfish means they're self-centered to the point of prioritizing self over the well-being of others. They'll mow past the well-being of others to serve themselves. And yeah, that does make them evil, but I would add into that their capacity for cruelty due to their lack of empathy, their lack of accountability, and their gaslighting, which is dishonesty in its highest form. But you're incorrect in the second part where you said that they're not evil because they don't understand what they're doing, or they have to be aware. And since they're not aware, then they can't really be evil. Well, that's incorrect. I mean, if you break a law and you're not aware that it was the law, you can still go to jail for breaking the law, right? But in the case of narcissists, is it really true that they're not aware of what's right and wrong? Well, of course not. That's incorrect. Narcissists, just like us, grow up as children, go to Sunday school, have Sesame Street. They learn right from wrong, just like all of us. They have access to moral instruction, religion, scripture, and everything. So they know what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is evil, and they know what a lie is and all of that, and they still do that. They then use their projection and their gaslighting and their self-delusion. And so what they're not aware of is how much projection, gaslighting, and self-delusion they're using. All the rationalization is what they're a little bit unaware of. The term narcissism is what they're unaware of. Their childhood trauma and how it affected them is what they're unaware of. But that doesn't make them not an evil person. They're still evil. So in understanding that, you can now understand why I address you as an evil person. I talk to you as if you're an evil person because, as you admitted, that's what you are. And so, no, I will not be talking to you like you're a child, like you would instruct your followers to do, because I see something inherently wrong with your mission of teaching victims of narcissistic abuse that they could stick around in their relationship and maybe make it work, like your girlfriend did, by just treating you like they're your firm parent, loving but firm. That is, maybe it serves you well, maybe it serves other narcissists well, but that is very dangerous advice. And it's going to harm a lot of people who are listening to you. I know from your perspective, you're helping this subset of individuals who don't want to leave their abusive relationships, who want to stay, and it's not so easy for them because they have kids and houses and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, we know that people are enmeshed in these narcissistic relationships. We know that your fiance is enmeshed in her relationship with you. And it's not easy to leave a narcissist. But you and I both know this population of empaths aren't good at setting boundaries. They aren't good at enforcing the boundaries. And what you need to enforce boundaries is to walk away. And you know that. You need to be able to walk away. So telling them that you're empowering them to not walk away is gaslighting in its finest. They need to be able to walk away in order to set boundaries in the relationship. So telling them that they can stay is feeding the fever dream. You are feeding them exactly what they want to hear. As codependent, empathic people who have already put years into their relationships, we all would like to think and to believe that we can make it work with the narcissist, and the narcissist would like to believe that too. And many narcissists like you are willing to go as far as to admit that they're narcissists if it means that their partner is going to stay. But ultimately, encouraging abuse victims to stay with their abusers is dangerous. It's reckless. And it's going to harm people. Intimate partner violence is one of the main causes of death for women. And you're encouraging them, yeah, stick around with that guy that's showing you that lack of empathy, and maybe try to be nicer to him. Try. It's going to take years, but if you treat him like he's a child, and over years, and look, this worked for you, right? You've convinced your fiance to stick around for your recovery journey, and your fiance is highly empathic, extremely intelligent, and she's found a way to break through. But ultimately, what helped you to recognize your narcissism was when your first wife left you, because that's what wakes up narcissists more than us sticking around and staying with them. And I'm sure you are grateful to your current fiance for sticking around. And she does not want to leave. She already put 15 years in her last relationship. She's got a few years invested in you. She's enmeshed. You guys are engaged. You might live together. You might have kids together. It's a whole enmeshment. She doesn't want to leave. So if there's any way to make this work, she's down for it. And so are you. So are you. If there's anything you can do, if there's any way you can make it work, you'll go for it. And in the meantime, if you can get the money and the power and the fame that you've always desired, your base motivation has not changed, my friend. You have not recovered. What you're calling being in recovery is simply that you have changed behaviors. So where you used to lack showing the empathy, you're showing the empathy. Where you used to rage, you're not raging. Where you used to gaslight, maybe you're not gaslighting as much in obvious ways. You've changed behaviors, which is good. But until you get down and change that base motivation as a human being, that base motivation, you have not changed. And just like you said, it's like an alcoholic that, yeah, maybe they haven't had a drink, but they're still an alcoholic. So 10 years down the line or 10 months down the line, one drink can spiral them back into relapse. And for you as a narcissist, there's something that's going to trigger you that's going to spiral you right back into being abusive, projecting, smearing. Case in point to how you haven't changed is how you accused me of being mean to you in the message that you sent me, when all I did was ask AI a leading question, just like you did. And you said, oh, that was mean. But notice the wording. You advise people, don't tell the narcissist head on what they are or what your problem with them is. Tell them how you feel. But look at you. You didn't say, hey, man, that hurt my feelings. You said, you're mean. That was mean. Same stuff, bro. You haven't changed a bit.